The carriage rumbled over the gravel path, its wooden wheels creaking under the weight of the journey. Eleanor Hawthorne peered out through the rain-streaked window, her breath catching as Winterbourne Manor emerged from the mist. A sprawling estate of dark stone and towering spires, it stood like a sentinel against the stormy sky. Her uncle, Lord Reginald Winterbourne, had summoned her with urgency, his letter fraught with warnings of strange happenings within the manor. Eleanor, a woman of sharp intellect and unwavering curiosity, had traveled from London determined to uncover the truth. As the carriage rolled to a stop, the great oak doors creaked open, revealing a gaunt butler. "Miss Hawthorne," he intoned, "Lord Winterbourne awaits you in the drawing room." Eleanor stepped inside, shivering as an inexplicable chill seeped into her bones. The hall was vast, its walls lined with oil paintings whose subjects seemed to watch her with hollow eyes. The air was thick with the scent of aged wood and something else, something damp and earthy, like freshly turned soil. Her uncle sat by the fire, his once proud posture slumped with weariness. His eyes, shadowed with exhaustion, flicked up to her. "Eleanor," he rasped, "you came. You sounded distressed, Uncle," she said, crossing the room. "What is happening here?" Reginald swallowed hard. "The walls," he whispered. "They whisper in the night." Eleanor stiffened. "Whisper? They speak of things long buried. They call names I do not know and recount secrets I have never told a soul." He looked at her, desperation in his gaze. "I fear I am losing my mind." Eleanor placed a steadying hand on his arm. "Then let us find the truth." That night, Eleanor lay awake in her chamber, listening. Outside, the wind howled, rattling the window panes. The fire in the hearth flickered low, casting shadows that danced upon the walls. Then she heard it, a whisper, faint but unmistakable. "Help us." The voice was neither male nor female, but a chorus of many. Eleanor sat up, her breath shallow. The sound came from the walls themselves, as if the very stones had breath and memory. She stepped onto the cold floor, pressing her ear against the wall. Buried beneath, lost and forgotten, a sudden, sharp knock at her door made her jump. She turned, heart pounding. "Miss Hawthorne," came the butler's voice. "Lord Winterbourne requests your presence in the library." Eleanor wrapped a shawl around her shoulders and hurried down the dimly lit corridors, the whispering walls seeming to murmur farewell as she passed. The library was vast, its towering shelves packed with tomes of ancient knowledge. Her uncle stood by the great desk, a leather-bound journal in his trembling hands. "This," he said, "belonged to my great-grandfather, Alastair Winterbourne. I found it hidden behind a false panel in the study." Eleanor opened the book, her eyes scanning the brittle pages. The entries were meticulous, detailing the construction of the manor, its secrets, and its sins. A passage caught her eye. The foundation was laid upon the ruins of Winterbourne Abbey. The stones bear the echoes of the past, and some voices refuse to be silenced. The brothers rest below, their fates sealed by our hands. Eleanor looked up, a chill running down her spine. The manor was built atop an abbey, and the monks were entombed beneath, her uncle finished. Walled in, alive. A cold gust swept through the room, snuffing out the candles. The whispering grew louder, swirling around them in an anguished cacophony. "You must set us free." Determined to uncover the truth, Eleanor and her uncle followed the clues in the journal. They descended a spiral staircase into the depths below. The air was thick with decay. The walls, damp with centuries-old moisture, bore the faint imprints of hands, dozens of them, pressed into the stone as if in silent plea. Then they found it.